I mean, if we're going to keep singing, I think we need to sing, you can get anything that you want at Ashmafar's restaurant. You can get anything that you want at Ashmafar's restaurant. And in continuing with the news of the day, how about, do you, RobLynn, live? I'm going to say it again. Do you, RobLynn, live? I know I do. I know if I don't, I'm in deep doo-doo here. So I do RobLynn live, and I know Greg Hill does. I know Delisa Christie does. I know some of the moderators during the day do. Even on their day shows, they're checking us out. Good stuff. Kids, we love it. We love it. We love it. Now, there's a domain you need to know about right now. You can go to roblynnlive.com. If you don't like .com, we're going to fix you right up. Go to roblynnlive.ai. Oh, yeah. Both of those domains bring you to Lynn's registration page. Lynn, Nakamoto, and I didn't grab my Gatorade. I can't believe it.
I'll go get it for you.
It can be one of the big ones or the small ones.
Okay.
Sorry about that, kids. Was taking a little bit of a siesta prior to tonight's broadcast because I knew with all the research that I did today, we're going to have part of Ash's vision, all of the value you can imagine, and we're going to march on to victory with the things we're going to talk about tonight. You're going to be filled with so much knowledge, it's going to be good. And we'll take it slow, nice and easy. So go to roblynnlive.com, and once you do that, you will be tuned in to Lynn Nakamoto, Lynn Nakamoto's page. And there's no obligation. There's no cost involved. It doesn't cost a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, or a half a dollar, or even a full dollar. It costs nothing for you to join. So join. Got nothing to lose, everything to gain. And while you're there, you can hop on and OConnect with all of us. Easy peasy, as Ash says. And if that's not enough, holy smokes, you can subscribe to ONPASSIVE's OConnect very shortly. They're going to reopen the floodgates, and look out. You've got one heck of a platform here. Can you believe the video and the audio quality right now? Take a look. Look at this. You can see the color of my eyes. Well, almost. Yeah, you can. They're hazel. You can see and you can see this. You don't want to see that, but you can see it. That's my gray flat top, so to speak. But you know what? We're going to have some fun tonight. Come on over. If you're on YouTube, there's 19 of you on YouTube now. I'm not sure how many are here. I think Lynn will tell me. But you know what? We'd like to hover around the Benjamin side, 100. That would be nice. And that's named after Benjamin Franklin, one of our dearest politicians ever. And let's get this show on the road, shall we? All right. Before we get started, I do want to send out our sincere, and I mean from our heart, because we knew this guy, even though we knew him just on the internet, just on through ONPASSIVE. Through webinars. We were there with him we were there in 2019. He was there in 2018. What a stellar gentleman we've lost. And Tim Dillon. And Tim, please rest easy wherever you are. Worry not. We're going to nail it, buddy. We're going to nail it. And it's all about thinking of you tonight and thinking of your family. So rest easy, brother. We got this for you. We got it.
He was a definite visionary.
And furniture. That he was one of the first people Ash called furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And furniture refers to people who've been here a while and come to everything you can think of. And there's still a bunch of people that do that. I think Lynn Nakamoto comes to a lot of things. Mm-hmm. You know, Rob, are you getting up for this one? It's 6 a.m. here in Florida. Yeah, I'll be right there. And on goes the Mad Hatter hat, and away we go. But tonight we are going to have some fun. This is today's news today about cell phones and mobile phones. The actual topic is a great innovation, smartphones and mobile technology. Now, if you thought you knew a lot about cell phones and mobile technology, buckle up, Buttercup. We are going to go all the way back to the first brick phone. Yeah, it's a two-shot one. It's only 12 ounces. But these are 12 ounces. That's almost enough.
Okay, good.
So thank you. All right. So that all being said, it is day 626 of consecutive RobLynn Lives, and you are tuned in to the RobLynn Live Network. And the RobLynn Network is proud to present RobLynn Live and Ollie the Wonder Dog. And he's taking a siesta. I'm not going to bark loud tonight while he's sleeping, but man, oh man, did he make some noise for a little 18.2 ounce 18-pound, 0.2-ounce boy.
He has the bark of a huge doggy. His size is small to medium, but when people hear him bark, they think he's a bigger dog. If they don't see him and they hear him, they say, oh, I thought it was a bigger dog. It's a low bark and a very loud bark. So that's our Ollie boy.
Before I forget, and this was going to be part of announcements, remember Frank Rowe in your thoughts, because Frank's still doing his YouTubes. So huge shout out to Frank. He's a genuine ONPASSIVE global affiliates and a gentleman. So hats off to you, Frank, for everything you do. All right, in West Virginia, USA. All right, let's move along a little here if we can. And I'm seeing all sorts of people in the chat, but we'll come back to a few hellos. Welcome to Friday night and the RobLynn Live Network. Okay, welcome. Ollie the Wonder Dog is taking a nap, but we do have a topic this evening. As I mentioned, it's I feel, Lynn came up with this topic. I was trying to tweak it, and there wasn't any tweaking needed. And it's a great innovation, the smartphones and mobile technology. All right. Probably every one of you right now has a smartphone within 3 feet of you. You may be on your laptop or your desktop computer, but your cell phone is right handy. I guarantee it. I'm not even in your living room, and I know, or your dining room, and I'm certainly not in your bathroom or the comfort room, but I know you have your cell phone handy. Why not? It's your baby computer. It is cool stuff. And we're going to talk about how cool the stuff was back in the day. And as time went on and it evolved, the cell phone into a smartphone, into mobile and mobile technology, you're going to love it. You're going to love it tonight. All right. Could I get a number on how many are in OConnect? I always like to know.
We've got 40 right now.
40. Call your friends, call your neighbors. 40 is a good number, but we'd like to get a great number like 70. So see what you can do. Call everybody up and tell them we're talking cell phones, we're talking mobile technology, we are talking value. Please, please, please. Okay. We've got a few prayers to send out tonight. As we mentioned, the passing of our colleague and friend and fellow ONPASSIVE global affiliate, Mr. Tim Dillon. Tim, we know you're looking down on us, buddy. We know you're watching what we do, so I better watch what I say tonight. I know that's right. All right. So please pray for Ash and his lovely wife, Ash Mahan, and their 2 boys, Omar and Chunky, or Omar and Yusuf, okay? Omar is the poet and also a writer. He's already published a book. And a book of poems, from what I remember Ash saying a couple of years ago, and that was at age 7 or 8. And then, of course, our astronaut buddy, Yusuf, or Chunky, or the Chunkster, as I used to refer to him as. He's not so chunky anymore. He has grown into his own. So good stuff there, Chunky. All right, let's move on. Also send out, Keep the tech team, support team, and media team in your prayers because they're working tirelessly. Ooh, I got that out in one syllable. Please, please, because they need your prayers. I mean, those guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen are working tirelessly hour after hour after hour. We need them and they need our feedback. We're still in the middle of kind of a beta testing going on. We're about to go alpha here pretty quick. So stand by. Okay, send your love, light, and prayers out to anybody you know who may be either ill or has been in an accident. Okay, keep them in your prayers. All right, prayer works. Ask Chris Johnson when he had I believe he had a punctured lung when he had his little bit of an accident. So he knows prayer works, and he keeps saying prayer works. So he must be on to something there. We agree with that. Also, anybody you know, if you see somebody downtrodden in the streets, lift them up somehow. Say something positive to them. And then when you get home, or if you're in your car and you're thinking wonderful thoughts, give them a shout a prayer out to them. It'll be felt. It'll be felt. You may not know it at the time, but it will be felt. Okay. All right. We've got some more announcements tonight. It is today's news today. And we're going back in time, talking cell phones, memory phones, brick phones, as we talked about. We'll talk about the Motorola ridiculous phone. And I need to let you know a couple of things right here, right now. There's a new 10-day extension. We're well into it now. Well, not well into it. We just started it. For all who are in OConnect, you are founding member affiliates or you're affiliates and you have joined OConnect. So we'll keep an eye out for you guys too, and we'll pray for you as well as we enjoy our extension. There's also an extension for the free trial of O-Tracker. So keep an eye on that. And if nothing else, if you don't use it right now because you're not ready to use it, at least check it out. You need to know about it if you're going to share it. And somebody's going to come along. You can take this one to the bank, credit union, under your pillow, under your mattress, dig a hole in the backyard, wherever you put your money. Think about it. Just think about it. It's good stuff. Migration, okay, without hesitation. There's no reason to hold back. There's no reason not to migrate. There's no reason not to migrate at all, because it's all about you. It's all about what you can do for you and your family. It's easy, it's peasy, and you won't be freezy because it's warm right now all over the world. All right. So, migration without hesitation, sign the NDA, of course, and the affiliate agreement, s'il vous plaît. There's my French coming out. Check out the ONPASSIVE newest website. Check out the ONPASSIVE YouTube channel. There's longs, there's shorts, there's stuff by people like Bill Musk, Marty DeGarmo, Lynn Nakamoto, Peter Short. Everybody's doing videos now. It may be shorts, but you know what? Shorts gather attention quickly and hold it. You don't have to be on there 30 minutes. Yak, 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 yak. You can be on there for 2 minutes. And a 2-minute video still gathers the same, if not more, attention. So let's get after it. Check out the OES and your profile or profiles. Okay, the reason for that is you need to check for accuracy because we're all going to be signing some kind of an agreement, whether it's called O-Verify or whether it's called a written agreement or click here and you're certified that you can receive your withdrawals. No matter what it is, what it's called, you got to be ready. And the ID that you're going to use for that needs to match, okay? It needs to match your profile. Simple, simple. This stuff isn't rocket science, okay? It's simple. All right, now, attend webinars and chats. Why do we say that? Because sometime during 40 different chats and webinars in a day, someone is going to say something that you didn't know, you need to know, and you need to take it and run with it. So tune in when you can. You can't go to everyone, okay? I'm sitting next to someone that used to try to go to every single chat you can imagine. And she, webinars and chats. You went to both. And it didn't matter what time of the day or night. If it was 3 a.m. in the morning, Lynn Nakamoto was there. Okay. So if it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, guess who? Lynn Nakamoto was there. So just go when you can go. That's good enough, because many of them are replayed, or you can rewind them. Okay. They're either in the ONet section for that person, or they're on YouTube. You can't beat that. Okay. Just do it. And if you know of anyone needing ONPASSIVE help, you know the drill. We beat this into all sorts of places, you know. So if you know of anybody needing help, you know the drill. You know the drill. Helping one helps us all. Okay, subscribe to OConnect when you can. Check out Mr. Mohammed William Nazal. He's on YouTube. The guy's everywhere. Okay, not to mention sometimes he's in his office in Omedia. Not that often, because he's busy doing X, and X is the former Twitter feed. So enjoy it. It's just chock full of good information. And once again, even if you don't pick up a tip immediately, over the 5 minutes you watch him, or the 3 minutes you watch him, he's going to say something you didn't know. That's Mr. Nazal. Okay, he's our Chief Marketing Officer, CMO. All right. Now, this evening, we will discuss the early, the middle, and the late, meaning current eras of smartphones. And as I mentioned, I would be willing to bet 50 cents, a 50-cent piece, or a Kennedy dollar. I'll bet a Kennedy dollar from back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s that's your smartphone. I'm sitting next to Lynn, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 smartphones. They're not all hooked up to lines, but they're used on the internet. And this is how we keep track of everything. And buzzers are going off 24/7. But you know what? Good way to keep track. And that's what cell phones are all about, mobile devices, iPads, you name them. And we'll talk about some of those others as well. Righty, I see. It looks like Abdi Alasso has sent along a super sticker. Abdi, very kind of you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's Abdi Alasso from, he's from down under, right?
Yes.
Abdi. Okay.
Living in Australia, but he's from Somalia.
Somalia. Okay. Good stuff, Abdi. Thank you, brother. That's very, very kind of you. As is everything that everybody does for us, from commenting in the chats to giving us a super sticker to being on Facebook and giving us a star. I don't even know what the heck a star is, but I think it's similar to a super sticker. And Carmela turned us on to those, Carmela Schwartz. So now we know what those are. Or Lynn knew. I didn't. I'm not on Facebook, so how in the world am I going to know? All right, this evening.
Thank you, Abdi. Thank you for your commitment to ONPASSIVE. Thank you for your work with the Somalians. We appreciate you very much, Abdi.
All right, we love our Somalians, and we love you, Abdi. Thank you. All right, now this evening we're going to discuss the early, middle, and late eras of smartphones, mobile devices, and other devices that you might use with the internet. Now, Ollie's question of the evening, and it's an easy one. It's for all of you. I don't care whether you're in the chat, not in the chat. If you're in the chat, cool, put the answer there. If you're not, hop on, be a participant, be a panelist with us tonight. We'd love to go over 50 tonight. 38 has been our super total so far, 38. We'd love to see more of you here. It doesn't cost anything, and it'll get you out there. You can open up. You can say whatever you want here. We don't care. As long as it's not cursing, like sometimes I slip with a word, as long as it's not that, and you speak your mind. Speak the truth, speak your mind, okay? Ollie's question of the evening, what and when was your first experience with a smartphone or other mobile device, even all the way back to the Motorola days, okay?
That'd be fun.
It will be fun.
Can't wait to hear what people say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Tiazone, when he and I were talking prior to the broadcast, said, oh, yeah, you could use those brick phones as either a doorstop, a paperweight, or even hold back on a car. that's on a hill as a stopper. So he's right. Those things weighed 2 to 4 pounds. 2 to 4 pounds, and there was one brand.
That's
Motorola. Oh, that is heavy.
It's heavy, especially it's like for a woman. I can't imagine liking that around.
All right, easy on the women thing, because there's women out there that go to the gym and are very strong. So easy on the women.
But in general.
Right.
For women.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. I remember seeing. I don't think I ever had one, but I saw people with them, and they were very clunky. That's the word I would say.
Good word. Clunky is a good
Clunky,
word.
and it didn't look very mobile to me. But it was called mobile, but it was huge.
It was the precursor to what we have today. So
it had to start somewhere, right?
Somewhere over the rainbow. Okay.
Don Swihart says, my first phone was a track phone.
Yep. And we're going to be talking a little bit about track phones. So just what in the world is a smartphone? A mobile device that combines phone functionality with advanced computer capabilities. Did you ever think you'd hold a mini computer in your hands and be able to talk on it? Oh my God.
Not really.
Well, there are key features we need to mention. Namely, with the smartphone now, you get touchscreen interface. You get web browsing. We talked about the web over the last couple of nights and have in the past. You get your email there. You can have social media there like Facebook or ONet, preferably ONet. And you can Google there. You can do all sorts of things. You can have multimedia playback. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Built-in cameras, which, if you walk down the street with Lynn and I, you'll see Lynn on her phone. She's either taking a picture or typing a message. So that's all on the newest smartphones. Then there's GPS navigation, which we all know about. If you get lost, let's say you're in the Philippines and you're trying to find Chris Tiazone, and for some reason you're on a different island, all you got to do is plug in Chris's address and it'll get you there. All right. And then there's support for various other communication methods. You can hook up your smartphone to your iPad, and it's just good stuff. And there's advanced hardware, which encompasses extensive mobile operating systems. And as you know, folks, there are many operating systems, not just the iOS, which is the operating system for the Apple devices, or Android, which is the Droid materials. There's others as well. So the history of the phone, basically of the smartphone, I should say. Uh-oh, I'm doing it to myself again. Uh-oh.
What?
I got to shrink it. Okay, I did. Okay, the history of the smartphone has been somewhat storied. Early 1970s is a start when Motorola had its engineer Martin Cooper, not the guy that jumped out of the 727 over the Rockies, but Martin Cooper created the first prototype of the mobile cellular phone. And get this, here's what this one was called, the Dynatac Book, or commonly referred to as the Brick. And it became the first handheld cellular phone. Now, I mentioned that some of these early phones were a little bit on the weighty side. Well, that one was over 2 pounds. Over 2 lbs's, if I might say that.
Heavy.
Right. And guess what the cost was? This is beyond my wildest. $3,995 plus tax.
What year was that around?
Right around 1970.
Because that was a lot back then.
That's a lot now.
That's like 40, how many years later?
Yeah, 50.
50 years later, so it would be more like 10,000 maybe if it was today, right?
You're right. Can't argue with you there.
It's incredibly expensive.
Yes, it is. Well, there were certainly milestones along the way. Let's take a look back, shall we? 1992 brought us IBM Simon. It was called Simon. Does anybody remember Simon? Now we got all sorts of different things.
I don't remember.
We got Siri and Weary and Not So Weary. We got all sorts of people we can talk to. But back then, IBM's uh, operating phone was known as Simon. Simon. It was Simon, the personal communicator. Oh, geez.
Wow.
That was pretty boring. It was very bulky, had a touch screen though, right off the bat, and could send and receive emails and faxes too back in the day. Now, I don't know how many smartphones today send faxes. Some do, some don't, but you can send a fax right from your old-fashioned phone there. It had a calendar, address book, and a notepad. But that's all. It didn't have 180 apps that you could add to it. A couple of snags, though. It was very bulky, and the limited battery life. Does anybody remember back in the day when you'd plugged your phone in all night to charge it? You get out on the street to go to work. By the time you got to work, the battery life is gone.
That's so short battery life.
Very short.
It's
very
terrible.
Short. Well, then again, in 1994, Simon made his appearance actually out to the public, and it was sold to the public. Not much advertising, but it was sold to the public. I think Time Magazine and Look Magazine, if anybody remembers those mags, those rags, that's what they were called back then, rags. So 50,000 units was the total on the street in the world.
Huh.
Not too many.
Not
50,000, hell, 500,000 are sold every day by Apple and Android. Well, the email capability, though, was superb. So, we went from the early 70s to 1990 to 1992 and then 94. Well, 1997. Oh, yeah, just a short 27 years ago, the term smartphone was coined, and it was made by a Mr. Ericsson, but never made it to the market. The e-phone, it was going to be called, never made it to the market. And 1997, if anybody remembers back that far, was the first year of nodes. What were spoken about with regard to computers and phones and mobile games. And guess what the first game ever was? And it was on the Nokia phone, the 6110.
I think the Snake.
Now, how do you remember that?
Because I played that.
You played the Snake? That's correct.
In the 70s, I think I remember.
Yeah, the Snake. The Snake. Wow.
Yeah.
It would have been the 80s or 90s.
Oh, okay.
The Snake. In the year 2000. Now, let's move along a little, shall we? This is fun. This is a lot of fun. In the year 2000, the first camera phone by Sharp, the calculator and computer folks from Japan, the Japanese calculator folks, limited for sure in quantity, but certainly paved an inroad with the cameras. Right there with Sharp. And that was just a short 22 years ago. So we're catching up to, today.
Wow.
And, it hasn't been that long since we've had all these options
but
and
we've
gadgets.
made huge strides in that short period of time.
In that short period of time, there have been big strides.
Really big strides.
All right, enter 2001, okay? 2001. The year of internet access on phones came along. Oh, yeah, 2001. Along came the ability, or the inability in my case, to access the internet through 3G networks. That's where the nodes came into play and the networks came into play. 3G. Now we have 5G and probably on our way to 8G.
Yeah.
Thus enabling email attachments. Whoa. Up until 2001, you couldn't put an attachment unless you were with the government. You had special attachments to do that. Well, now the public in 2001 had the enabling feature of enabling email attachments and the first ever video conferencing. Video, talk about fuzzy wuzzy wuzzy, fuzzy wuzzy wuzzy. And so was the audio, fuzzy wuzzy wuzzy. So things have changed since 2001. Take a look, if you would, at tonight's OConnect. How dandy is it? And we've got 36 of you here now on YouTube. And let me take a peek and see if I can figure out how many people are on OConnect? So that was 36 and 47, 83. All right, we're on the way to 100.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Michael Chad, especially for these wonderful emojis that you do on a daily, nightly basis for us.
Thank you very
And
much.
being a moderator ain't easy. Just ask John Barilla or Michael Chad. It ain't easy doing that job.
Not at all.
All right. No matter how nice you are to people, they don't get it. They just don't get it.
No, but most people are nice.
Most people are nice. That's right. All right. So that was the first of video conferencing in 2001. Now, things began heating up in 2007. Who came along in 2007? Take a guess. It's a fruit.
Oh, Apple.
Oh, right you are. All right. Apple began heating things up with the Apple iPhone. It was just the iPhone, didn't have a number. It was the iPhone 1, but it didn't have a number. And it was complete with touchscreen interface. Didn't have that before. An app ecosystem like we got today, and sleek designs. In other words, no more 2 pounds. It weighed maybe 6 ounces, if that.
Not bad.
No.
That's reasonable.
Apple shifted the focus from the only people who could have a smartphone, cell phone, were business users, and Apple turned the tide on that and made it available to the mainstream consumer.
Because the prices were low enough.
The prices were low enough, and they had financing plans, which they have today, to where most people, many people, can have a smartphone.
That's
with
great.
Computer capabilities. It's very great. So thank you, Apple, and thank you, Android. And then let's speak Android for a moment. Also in 2007, along came the Android system by Google. That was their baby. The Android operating system launched, which provided an open source alternative to Apple. In other words, you didn't have to go just to Apple, just like back in the Nokia days or in the Motorola days. It was only one game in town. Well, Apple was joined by Google and Android. And thus really began the era of the cell phone competition. And there's plenty of it out there. And innovation in the smartphone market. All right. Now that's 2007. Yeah. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. This was great to research, and some of it I knew, some of it I didn't know, and you guys are getting the benefit tonight. Yeah. In 2008, along came the larger screen. Lynn and I remember the Note with Android, the Note 1, then the Note 2, then the Note 3. She and I had the Note 7. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the Note 7 burn up in my pocket one night?
I don't even
Yeah, the battery. You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, my goodness. The Note 7 had a habit of burning up. So obviously we took it back to the mall there. And wow, that Note 7 was, yeah. Fortunately, I had jeans on, if I remember right, thick pants, and it didn't burn me. But, you know, what a way to deal with your competition, with a larger screen, and here you are burning people's pants up. They had batteries explode on airplanes back in 2008, 9, and 10. So they finally got that under control. I think they're up to now the Note 20 or 22 or 23.
It's much better now, right?
Much better. No, Android has stepped up their game for sure. Mm-hmm. Google. All right, what brought about the transition and the advancement in computer chips was computer chips, cellular networks, not just one game in town, battery technology where the battery didn't burn up on you or just die, improvements and interfaces with touch screen. Good stuff all the way around. Now, here are a few. I don't want to go into all of them because we want to hear from you guys in just a few minutes. Here are just a few key points about smartphones and mobile technology. First off, smartphones allow users to use the internet to send and receive emails, calls, voice calls, text messages, video calls, play some games, and there's all sorts of apps out there that you can add to your phone with games. Some are free, some are rather expensive. Text messages, we mentioned video calls, play games. You can play a game on your phone. Why not? I've watched Lynn for years playing, I forget the name of that game.
Oh,
It was a
starts
game.
with a B, the one with the gems. They drop. You guys will tell us in the chat.
Yeah, tell us in the chat or tell us when you get to community time.
I can't remember, but you know how you had to.
Not Super Mario.
No, had to match the gems. Oh.
That's okay. That's
Millions
okay.
of people play it, so I know
Do
some.
they still play it?
Oh, Bejeweled, yeah, that's it. I was so addicted to
Wait
that.
a minute,
Mel.
who said that?
Mel. I
Of course Mel
was
did.
addicted to Bejeweled. It was crazy. I would play it for hours. So dumb. Now that I think about it, wasted effort and time. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I was addicted to it. I have to admit.
Typically, they came with complete with, as I mentioned, the touchscreen displays, camera, GPS, navigation, Bluetooth now, where you can be wireless and Wi-Fi connectivity. You can have a hotspot on your phone. What? Yes. If you're somewhere where there's no internet, yet there's phone tower service, you can hook up your hotspot.
And we've used that, right?
We've used that in the house when the electricity was going on and off during the hurricane.
Like hurricane, we have blackout. We're like, oh, thank goodness we have hotspot. We can do our show using the hotspot.
Yep.
It saved us in so many instances.
Now, what do these cell phones do? Well, they connect to cellular networks, for example. Right now, there's 4G and 5G, and probably on our way to 6, 7, and 8G, and data services as well as the Wi-Fi from the internet. Now, there's some other examples that we need to mention. How about that? You know, you thought I wasn't going to be complete tonight? Ah, gotcha. No, we're going to talk about a few more mobile devices, okay? And a few examples are these. Tablets. You can get a tablet. You can get what's called an iPad from the Apple folks. You can get the Google version from Google or from Droid or from Android. You can get smartwatches. Now you can get a smartwatch. It was just Apple. Now you can get a smartwatch from Google as well, the Android watch. And it ties right into your phone if you want. That's a more expensive model. You can tie in your phone. You can be walking down the street, not carrying your phone, and just go like this and talk. Hi, Mad Hatter here. Thanks for calling. But do answer it. Don't let it go to voicemail. That's not right. All right. There's mobile gaming consoles and, of course, the Internet of Things, where there's things all around the home that can hook up to your smartphone. Now get this, and I didn't even put this in the script. You can be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and on your smartphone, you can turn your air conditioning on and your humidity down on your air conditioning unit.
Okay, that's fancy.
That is fancy, but that's available. You can turn your car on. I mean, it's just absolute craziness what you can do with the smartphone technology of 2024. Sorry for rubbing my eyes, but they're itchy. All right, so, wow. There's some real advantages of all this mobile technology. You can carry a phone instead of a tablet. You can carry a tablet instead of a phone. True. You can carry a phone instead of a desktop going from point A to point B. You can carry a phone instead of a laptop. So why not? You've got the technology, use it. All right. Thank you, Francis Tay. We appreciate your super sticker very much from our heart to yours, Francis.
Thank you for the super sticker. We appreciate it.
We love you, brother. Hope you're not too hard at work today. All right. So that's Francis Tay. Thank you for that super sticker again. And there are some real advantages of this mobile technology. And I'm just going to mention a few, and then we're going to move on to community time because I've been talking 43 and a half minutes. Baby. All right. Increase productivity and collaboration. You want to collaborate and do a meeting on your cell phone? Well, heck yeah, why not? You can OConnect on your cell phone. I don't care whether they're in Thailand, Vietnam, the UK, Spain, France, Canada, Mexico, the USA, Alaska, which is part of the US. I don't care where they are.
Yeah.
You can collaborate. You can do an OConnect. How's that for
It's wonderful.
2024? There's cost savings and efficiency, plus it weighs less. There's improved access to information, services anytime and anywhere. I don't care where you are, you can pull what you need up on the phone. If it's somewhere in either Google or any of these chat bots like Chat GPT or the other ones, Perplexity or Claude, you can be out on a boat in the middle of nowhere, and as long as you have cell service, you got it. You got it right there at your fingertips. And have you noticed what's coming here and coming soon? Get ready. It's here now in certain areas. Augmented reality and virtual reality. Talk about being in the 21st century. You might as well say we're almost in the 22nd century, to be exact. So, augmented reality, virtual reality, and the Internet of Things. And this is what I was speaking of. You can turn your air conditioner on or off. You can turn your humidity on. If you want to turn your range or your stove on a timer, you can do it from your smartphone. I've got a friend, Elmer, who turns everything on with his phone. If he's in Chicago, if he's in Nashville, if he's, down having dinner somewhere, downtown St. Pete, Elmer can turn whatever he needs to turn on.
I heard that you can also, I guess people who live in cold, like snow or icy weather, they can turn their car on without getting in the car and turning, putting the key in the ignition.
A lot of the key fobs have that with the newer cars, but you can also do it from your phone.
That's amazing.
How cool is that? It's 10 degrees here in Montreal today, minus 10. The snow is all over the ground, and I got to get the ice off. Let me turn on my defroster. Let me turn on my car, and let me get ready to go out there and scrape.
I know.
Very easy.
Let me read some of the cool comments that are in the webinar chat. Jillian says, my new iPhone is on the way. I'm upgrading my device and plan so I will have 5G connection, more storage, and lots of shared data to my other devices. I know she's excited about that. And Elizabeth Bade says, my first phone back in 2003 was a Nokia. Used it only for voice calls and text messages. I did not know anything else to do with it. It was not a smartphone either. Wow. That was in 2003.
Very cool.
And,
Elizabeth Bade.
Yeah. Sadananda Das says, Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 technology is the best, in my opinion. So I don't know what that is, but Sadananda is a techie, so he is telling us that. Hello to 1D.
From Georgia, USA.
Jillian says, my new iPhone will have all-day battery life. Oh, she is in heaven. I can tell Jillian, you can't wait. Henry Horn says, my bag phone did not have a battery and was only good for making calls, and the connectivity was not very good in 1990. It's interesting, Henry.
Yep. Things have changed.
Yeah, okay. Greg Lakin says BlackBerry. So evidently he had a BlackBerry.
A BlackBerry was one of the first smartphones that was used by the military quite a bit.
That's cool.
And was BlackBerry Motorola too, Greg? I'm not sure.
BlackBerry. I think a lot of deaf people use the BlackBerry, if I could remember.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. Jillian says, my first phone was a 6 Plus, and it was amazing. It just couldn't do the latest software updates at the end, and my storage capacity was limited.
All right. Well, would you agree then with us, with both Lynn and myself and Ollie, that smartphones and other mobile devices have revolutionized, got that one out in one syllable, how we all communicate?
Yes, yes. And Henry Horn says, if memory serves me right, the cost for a call was about $1 per minute. Ouch.
Yep, it was $1 a minute back in the old brick days. they didn't have, monthly plans. You paid by the minute.
Oh man, that's crazy.
And if you had a boyfriend or girlfriend or just a friend or a mom and dad or uncle and aunt or grandma and grandpa or niece and nephew, you could be on the phone for an hour and it cost you $60 to call somebody across the street.
Uh-oh. And Patience Oseware says, I always use my hotspot when my phone is acting up, especially when joining Mel at 5:30 p.m. I'm glad you got the hotspot option. Jillian says, I like everything Apple. And there's a big hello from Patty. It says, hello, RobLynn and everyone's family. Hello, Patty.
Patty Andriacola.
Uh-huh.
All right, Patty.
Yep. And Gustavo says, Lynn, I like your layout. Calm, serious, and any sure will see the lovely hands. Congratulations, food designer. I think maybe there might be some typos in there, but the general concept he says, I'm calm and serious. Oh, thank you very much. As an admin, I think he's saying. Thank you.
All right. So
Hi, Shirley Dotson.
Shirley Dotson in the house.
Yeah.
All right. Well, things are changing. And OnPassive is there to take us into another era with everything from OConnect to Ocademy to ODIT to ODAT to OCreate to OnJoy, where the big conference was held on May 1st to 5th. OnPassive is everywhere. So buckle up, Buttercup.
Yep. And then Patience says you can open your garage door, start your car miles away with your phone, among other things, among the lots. And Gustavo says it's hard to type on his mobile phone. No problem. I can figure out what you meant, I think. I had the phone dial to get on the internet, says Shirley. Oh, the dial-up connection, right? Back in the day, everybody had a dial-up connection to the internet. I remember that. And Gustavo says, my Huawei, I don't know how you say that word, but Huawei, my Huawei had some issues. Like I cannot download any layout that you send daily.
Yep. Well, that particular brand has updated everything. I think they're still around as well. So how we all communicate is how we all communicate, which enables greater flexibility, productivity, and connectivity. So that's all I got for you. I hope you got a little bit of something out of this, maybe a smile or two, maybe some information about back in the day that you might not have remembered. Some of you are too young to remember some of this, but some of you are way up there in age, and I'm sure remember most of it. So that all being said, we'd like to say a few hellos tonight. Can we? May we? Should we? Can we?
Yeah.
Are you taking care of that or me?
I can. Which one do you want me to say hi to?
You do the YouTube, and I'll do the OnPassive OConnect.
All right. I tried my best to say hello to everybody in the webinar and in YouTube. Probably I didn't do it perfectly, but I tried my best. But anyway, we have quite a few folks in the YouTube live chat. There's 42 watching. That is a great turnout, and we're very appreciative that you guys are there. We have, of course, Michael Chata, who's our moderator tonight. I think he's the only one that's moderating our live chat today. So he's got his hands full. Thank you, Michael, for handling.
So we're at 96 between the two platforms. Plus we got Facebook. You can look us up on LinkedIn, Facebook. You can look us up on Twitter, which is X. We're everywhere. You want to watch RobLynn live? Hey, you can catch us wherever you want.
Yes.
All right.
We got my vision is getting more blurry. I think I'm on the computer and the phone too long. My eyes are getting less clear. Anyway, I want to say hi to Shek. Can I have the magnifying glass? I'm not too proud of it.
If I can see it, to find it. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Sure you can.
I think the magnifying glass will help me. Okay. Oh, much better. Hello to Sheikhan Khan. Hello to Chandan Majumdar and Clover Kelly. Diane Michaud is there. Jillian Hanna. David Lavelle is there. And hello to Carmela Schwartz. She's doing double duty. She's here in the webinar as well as on YouTube. And she's got a whole bunch of hashtags. Thank you for those hashtags, Carmela. Frank Rowe is there. I said Jillian, right? Jillian Hanna. Nell Ascension, hi. Kumar G is here. Clover Kelly. Mohan Gaikwad is here. Chandan Vera, hello. Jana, Jana, hello there. And hello to Baraya Sabjabal. I said that right. And Medeseri Raman Janeyulu is here. What a very pretty and long name, my goodness. And hello to Kamanika Chakma. And hi Pracharak Chakma as well. So those are the people who have been in the last few minutes. There's a lot more above them, but I just pulled the ones that are more recent.
All right, now I think it's a good time, if everybody doesn't mind, we're going to say a few hellos in OConnect, which we like to do every night because we feel everyone should be seen, everyone should be heard that wants to be. So hello to Isabel Bailey and Fern LaHaye. Onaloni, we call her Loni, is here. Michael Chad, of course, is everywhere. Wandine Gaskin is here. Love to see you on the panel tonight if you can make it. Dudu Hono Manta Rayo is here. Hello, Mr. Rayo. Glad you're here. Les Hudson in the house. Mamodu is here. Jalo. Did I get it right? Mr. Jalo?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mamodu. And then let's see. Sitaram Sarkar is here. Julian Hanna, of course. Bimal Kumar Patel. John Paramanik is here. Paul McFarland in the house. Paul, we'd love to have you on the panel tonight if you want to hop on board. Ashmataban Patel. And then Tirth Patel. The Patel folks are here. Keiko Hoshina from Japan is here. Let's see, it's Saturday. She may be working and on the bus. Edith is here. Let's call her Edith O. And then Henry Horn, of course. Elizabeth Priscilla Bade is here from you-know-where, Papua New Guinea, PNG. We love our Papua New Guineans. And Greg Hill is here from the San Juan Islands. Sunil Verma is here. Venkatola is here. She's here twice, so it may be she and her husband, or maybe the whole mishpaka. May have the whole family here. Petapali Durgesh is here. Petapali Runa is here. Dawn Swihart's here. Hello, Dawn. That means DL is not far behind. Frank Rowe is here. Gustavo Calle is here. And Michelle Weaver. And Jagadish Chakma Fushia is here. And Makvana is here. And also, let's see, that's Makvana. There's two Makvanas here. Righty. Glad you're both here. And Anaga is here, TV. Anaga TV again. Sukumar Mandal is here. Melanie Marcano, of course, is here. Double Mel. Shirley Dotson is in the house. And Sahadev Singh is here, of course. Sean Cartel is here. Sean Cartel. Lois White. Armin Hogue in the house. Greg Lakin, our buddy from Vermont, is here. Shankar Lal is here. And our favorite monk from Brooklyn is here. Vengiyana Ratna Bihuku. All right. We know him as our brother. And Moon Sun Sawa, okay. And Moon Sun Jahan is here. Petapali Harsha is here. Surrender Singh again. Armin Hogue, I mentioned. Charlie Ellis. Charles Ellis, also known as Bo, has joined the crowd, as well as Patricia Andrea Cola. Patty is here. John Barilla is here. Carmela Schwartz. Patience Osai Wari. And Andrina Foot Shan is here. And Sadananda Das is in the house. All right. Let me see. Did I get that's 60 of you folks? Let me make sure I got everybody. We don't want to miss anyone here. Let me take a peek. A little peekster here.
It's 9.
What's that?
It's 9 p.m. already.
I've been talking too much. I know. It looks like we did hit everybody in the chat. There's 3 pages here tonight. Wow. Carmela Schwartz, of course, is here. I mentioned Bo Ellis and Armand, and Sharma Sood Hin KC is here. Wow. Thank you, everybody. John Barilla and Patty Andre Cola. All right. Let's go back and let's hook up again, and let's go to where we can bring some folks in.
All right.
Now, this says I've joined on another device. I have not joined on another device.
Okay, so let me
Got to do it again. Wow.
just come back in when you can. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and change the ticker. The ticker will explain how to come to the panel. Okay, here we go. Just follow the instructions on the ticker. It's basically saying to become a speaker. All you got to do is you click the speaker request icon. You're going to see it appear as soon as I enable that feature. So we're going to do that now, and come on in.
Love to have everybody. Each and every one of you are welcome, and this is an open forum. We love to have whoever can come on, and let's talk cell phones. Let's talk smart device. Let's talk about anything you want, but let's just talk. So come on the panel.
And first to come in tonight is
the Tin Man.
Tin Man, John Varela. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, John.
Good to have you here as always. Next to come in is Patience Oseware. She's coming in now.
Hi, Patience.
There she is. All right, and we have Melanie Marcano. Mel. Hi, Patience.
There's Patience, and Double Mel's in the house. Hello, Mel. Welcome.
Hi, Mel.
And it looks like Chris Tiazone has his hand up. Chris, did you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yes, hand up. Oh, that's from when we were testing, I think. We were testing the hand up.
Well, like I said, Chris does not have his hand up. All right.
It's fine. Okay, next we have Carmela Schwartz. Hi, Carmela.
Schwartzy in the house.
Nice to have you here, Carmela. Next we have Fern LaHaye.
Fern LaHaye coming to the panel.
Canada. She's coming in. Hi,
All right,
Carmela.
Fern. Welcome. Let's see.
There's our Carmela. Israeli Rose. And hi, Fern. Right, so next we got, let's see. Let me see.
Got a list?
We got Charlie Ellis. Bo. Hi, Bo.
All right, Bo. Welcome from South Haven, Mississippi.
Yeah. Okay, next we got Greg Laken.
Welcome, Greg. Welcome. Come on in, brother.
All right, and we have Gustavo Calle coming in.
Welcome, Gustavo. Come on down, brother.
Dawn Swihart and her husband DL.
All right, Dawn. Welcome to you, DL, as well.
Yes, and we have Greg Hill coming in.
Greg Hill, welcome, and let's see what Greg has to say tonight.
Yes, we got Pat Green coming in.
All righty.
I hope she's okay. I wonder if she'll come with her camera on. We love you, Pat. 15
on the panel so far. Come on. Bring it.
Next comes Diana from New York. So
namaste, brother. Namaste, namaskar.
And in a little bit, I'll put up the background for those of you that need it. So far, I think everybody has the background.
Yeah, and we'll put it up as a...
Namaskar. Good evening.
Hi,
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening. Namaskar to everyone. Good evening. Love you all.
Love you too. All right. Beautiful background. I was trying to, you see that little red rectangle in the upper right-hand corner? I put it there today, hoping that the push pin, the blue push pin and the yellow raised hand would be in contrast with the red, and that you would all of us would be able to see those two icons better. So just let me know if it worked or not. I had to think of what color that matches our scheme would be appropriate. Could it be too light? Couldn't be too dark, right? Okay, next coming in, we have Onyeloni. Welcome, Onye. And we have Greg Hill here. Hi, Greg. Good to have you. Nice to have you. And I see Don is here. Hi, Don. Anybody else want to come in? Okay, we got Henry Horn. Nice to have you here, Henry. Welcome. All right.
Over to me. All right. Here we go. Let me turn my camera back on. I had to step to the comfort section of the house. Let me see.
I see we have
There I am.
Diman Mandal. Welcome, Diman.
All right. Welcome, welcome. We're glad you're here. All right. Tonight, as everyone here knows, we are talking great innovation, smartphones and mobile technology. We hope we stimulated some minds out there tonight, and maybe it brought back some memories of maybe a phone you might have had or a computer you might have had. We didn't get into a lot about computers. We did talk about phones and mobile devices. So let us know if you've got a memory to share with us. I'm sure the chat was blowing up with comments both in the YouTube chat as well as on the ONPASSIVE OConnect. So obviously it's a pretty popular subject. So that all being said, let me see. Is anyone else coming in?
No.
All right. I'm going to eat my vitamin. All right. You're going to make me do it. You're going to make me do it, aren't you?
Maybe you could ask a little question.
Well, the question of the night was, and that's a little question, was what type of cell device, cell phone or mobile phone did you have back in the day? What was the first one you ever had? And when did you get it? And what did you really do with it? Were you working in a business to where you had to have that kind of communication? It was kind of primitive back then. So you must have been working in a business in order for that, because back in the day, most people that had a cell phone were people working in a business, out and about all the time. So.
All right, I see Patty's here, and I see DL and Don both are here. Welcome.
All right. Glad to see everybody tonight. And everybody looks pretty colorful. If you hadn't already, take a peek at the video and the audio. It's remarkable. It is crystal clear. If you look at it, none of us are really fading in and out. You know, I know Greg Hill has had that issue with the ghost look, and you know, that'll be rectified here directly, I'm sure. But at least he has his background on, and that's good stuff. So we are making progress at ONPASSIVE. All right. Now I wanted to talk a little bit, since we're talking. Well, let's go around the room right now, and then I'll mention what I'm going to mention it now, and then we'll go to Mel first. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Asia Pacific time, including the Philippines, Myanmar, and Cambodia, Vietnam, sunny Singapore, and other places out there in the middle of the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, there'll be OES Asia Pacific India. And usually they have a translator. So if Sifu Francis is the trainer tomorrow, which I believe he is, along with Chris Tiazone, along with a couple others from India, look for a bit of translation as well. So you won't have to worry, oh, what did he say? Or what does he mean? It'll be spelled out pretty well. So stay tuned for that. You can still get a nap in before 9 a.m., those of you who are in the United States. So let's now go to Mel. Hello, Mel. Bring it.
Thank you.
Rob,
Good
you can call me
evening,
Rob.
Rob and Lynn, and everybody else. You know, when it comes to phones, yeah, I am one of those who was bought into it. So my very first phone was from work, actually. The rotary, I talked about it last night. The rotary dial-up phones, we had it, you know, with the big receiver. So we had it hanging underneath our neck. While we do our jobs, we have to multitask, right? So that was heavy neck pain, really and truly. But then my own phone stemmed from the Qualcomm. I don't know if anybody remember Qualcomm, that big old phone,
That
that a
was a
big
huge
receiver.
phone.
Yeah.
That was a monster.
Yeah, but it was pretty good though. The clarity was really good.
Oh,
And from there, I went to Nokia, the little flip phone. But Nokia had a problem. Their dial pad was like rubber. And after a couple of uses, the little number started fading out. And when I called them, they didn't want me to return it because they said I would pay for the whole phone, which was really, anyhow, it was my fault I bought it. And then I had another flip phone. And oh my God, I went from one phone to the next to the next. The best of all though is when, at the time when the iPhone first came out, oh my God, I was in line. I was in line for that iPhone in 2007 at what it was called the T booth in close to where I used to work. So we waited and waited in line. People are, you know, looking antsy because they want a phone, and I was one of those, you know. And it was from the iPhone that I learned the best keys because at the time they had all the different functions where a home is a home, the icons, you know, a phone icon is a phone icon. So you click on those different things. And that's how I learned to navigate any other cell phone, just from the iPhone. That's how I learned. And I had the BlackBerry, but for a little while, because it was made in Canada and it died. I think it died somewhere in 2000 and I think 2001 or something like that. And ever since they have not made another phone. But now I am quite satisfied with my Android. I will continue buying Samsung because Samsung doesn't charge you for extra background downloads, you know, automatic downloads. But the iPhone does charge you because I remember the guy told me like you're paying for extra because it's being downloaded automatically. So I'm quite satisfied with what I have now, and I have the latest Android, so I'm good. And there's more, but I'm good with now. Rob, thank you.
We'll come back to you before the evening is away with us. Let's go to Greg Hill. Oh, no. First off, I think I just got waved down.
What I want to do is just take a little bit of a couple seconds. What I did was I changed the virtual background. I made the red area on the upper right hand deeper. It's bigger. So what I'm going to do now is share it. And if you don't mind, if everybody can use it, I want to see if it makes it different and makes us see the blue push pin and the raised hand icon more clearly. Okay, so here we go. You should see it on your screen now. If you don't mind just using it, and let's compare with what we have now and see if it's better. Thank you.
So Lynn, sorry, do you want me to take the one I have off and redo it? Is that okay? All right.
Well, the
Thank you.
one, wait a minute, Mel. The one Mel has, the blue pin is really clear.
Yeah.
Some people's pin.
Oh, bigger, even bigger than that?
It's below the red.
All right.
So I want to make sure for everybody that the icons are on the red rectangle, not above below. Because every device is different. Chris was telling me everybody uses the same thing.
I love the purple with the yellow. I mentioned the purple yesterday. It's better with the yellow than the green and the yellow, the background on a whole.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm closing my mic. Sorry.
Patience, you want to talk? You're unmuted, patient. No.
So, what I wanted to ask is the one that you just shared, is it different from the first one that you brought?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I changed
Because,
it. I
yeah,
made the red. You see the red rectangle in the upper right-hand corner?
yes,
It's too narrow or too
too
flat.
small.
So I
Oh,
made it
okay.
bigger. I just went to Canva while we were on our live. I made it bigger. And so I just shared the file.
Yeah,
If you can use it, I want to see if it helps.
but still mine is off.
What is off?
Yeah, the hand doesn't fall in the red spot.
Yeah,
Okay, but are you using the big red, the new
I think
graphic?
so.
Did you just upload it just now? Just now? I shared the file on the screen. Did you use it?
Can you please share it again?
Oh, sure. No problem.
Thank you.
all right, let's go to Greg Hill while we're at it. Go ahead, Greg. Giftmeister, you out there?
Yeah, just a second. I'm working at it. Sometimes you have to chase your cursor around your, you know what I'm saying?
I got it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I don't know why my picture went out, but it went out. I wasn't trying to upload anything. I was just trying to remember the first cell phone I had was I got it from my father-in-law, who was at that time, he's gone now, but he was my ex-father-in-law. In 1977 was the first year I traveled the Alcan Highway, 1,800 miles of dirt road. And it was a Motorola in a bag. There was a bag phone. I think they started building those things back in around 73. But I remember mine was 76 because it was brand new. And you zipped it open. It was kind of like a book that had a cover around it. And then it had this huge battery in there. And you would take and plug it into your cigarette lighter and charge it up. And then it had an antenna that you flipped that antenna up. And then and it actually was a push button. It wasn't rotary dial, but it was a push button style. And it worked pretty good. Actually, it was kind of crazy. I felt like I was in really high tech, but it was really nice to have going up the Alcan because you never know what you're going to encounter on the Alcan, believe me. And I've got some stories that would that would raise your hair. But anyway, it was a great experience, and I'm sure was happy to have that cell phone with me. It was a Motorola bag phone.
It's in the bag.
It's in the bag.
All right, thank you for that, Greg. Let's go to Carmela Schwartz in Israel. Go ahead there, Rose, Miss Rose.
Hello, everyone. I want to say I used a long time ago. The first my mobile started. I think it was in 2000. I remember myself in 1990 using a big camera, video camera to make videos. It was weighed 2 kilos. And then the little one did it. It was for me something big. Such a little one did the same things that the 2 kilos did. You can save it, and you don't have to have cassette and to promote it. It was a very big change from one thing to another. And one day my son told me, "Mom, you don't need anything. You need iPhone, telephone, and a bed. You have everything in that little things."
Mhm.
That's it. I have a lot of history of changing iPhone and telephones, and it's not interesting. Everyone had it, I'm sure.
All
But
right,
this
well,
is something interesting in my story.
all right, thank you, Carmela. Appreciate that.
Okay, let's take a peek. I see Armin used the new one. Thank you, Armin. I can see the blue push pin is clearly on the red rectangle, so it's pretty good. Thank you. And anybody else use the bigger red yet? Or I think Armin.
Lynn, pardon me. I'm sorry, let me break in for a second. I think you can see now I have I'm on the phone, so my background's always scrinched and weird anyway, but you can see the pin perfectly on the red dot on mine, I believe. Red square, I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
For me, I see a blue push pin on the yellow background. I don't see the red rectangle at all. But
It's funny, yeah, but as I'm looking at it, it's sitting right in the little red square that's above the yellow. I'm nowhere near the yellow. I wonder why you see. Well, we'll figure that out later.
And like when I look at Mel's right now, there's no red rectangle at all for Mel. I don't know why.
Yeah, now it's there.
I know, I believe you. I just don't see it. So it goes to show every person, their device is different. They're going to see something different, I guess. But I think the safe thing is to make that red rectangle very long, like Fern suggested. Better, right, Fern? Easier to see.
Well, it looks great. It looks great for me. I hope that it works where everybody can see it that way. Because, like I say, it's right in that red square, and it looks very easy to see, obviously. But I don't know if anybody else can see it, but that's what I see.
I see it.
Has the ability to see
but I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, interrupting.
No, I was
I
just
see
saying.
the red in every background. Some of them, the blue is on the red, and some of them is under the red. It's not in every place in the same place.
Yeah.
I made a screenshot and I put it in the chat. You see what I see.
It's very interesting that we all see something different.
Yeah, it
Funny,
is.
everyone
And Dawn and
it's in the pin is in another place.
Okay, I'm gonna pin Fern Lahey because she has the new background up, and for me that blue push pin is clear to see, and it's on her red rectangle.
Oh, and Dawn in DL's case, the yellow hand is off to the left as I look at it, and not anywhere near the red. The blue pin is barely on there yet. So.
They haven't used the new.
Oh, that's not the new one. Okay. Oh, no problem.
Look at Fern's and look at Fern and Harmony.
I see it.
Red is lower.
Yeah.
Some people are able to use the new.
All right. Well, let's go to Dawn in DL in Ohio. Go ahead, kids. Dawn and DL, do you copy?
Oh, we're not there. Okay, yeah, I'm here, but I don't see myself.
Yeah, I don't see you either.
Where did that go?
You might have to refresh.
Oh, did you hit the camera? I think the camera's off.
Camera's off, according to us.
Yeah.
It shows off. That doesn't mean it is off.
Right.
I saw them earlier while they were waiting.
Yeah, me too.
And the virtual
there you are.
and
there
they are.
They're back.
Okay.
They're back.
Hey.
Go ahead, Dawn.
You can hear me now. Okay.
You're audible and we can see you.
All right. Well, talking about these mobile phones and everything, like I said, my very first one was a Motorola. It's a track phone. I mean, it's really, really little. And then I went to a Samsung, which was thinner, but still small. And then when my son was home on leave, who's in the Army, he says, "Come on, Mom, I'm going to get you a real phone." So he took me to the Apple store, and that's when I got my first Verizon Apple phone, which is still small, but it's bigger than the other ones. But from there, I've graduated and gone to an Android, but it's been quite an experience going from an iPhone to an Android because they both work totally different, which when I bought it, I didn't realize that, but now I'm used to it. But technology has been way too fast for me. Anyways.
All right. Thank you. DL, bring it.
Yeah, I just want to follow up on what you said earlier, Rob, about the initial designer of the cell phone itself was Martin Cooper. So you were correct about that. He designed that. The first one in 1984 is when it first came out. He had a partner named Eric Tigerstedt, but he connected that to the Bell AMPS system, and he was able to obviously become the first cell phone out to the general public. But that first cell phone, they affectionately called it the brick, because it weighed over a kilogram. So
Right.
it was a pretty heavy one, but they called it the brick. That's funny stuff. Back to you, Rod.
All right. Thanks very much, DL. Let's go now to Colombia and Gustavo. Go ahead, Gustavo.
Hi, everybody. A big hug and blessings. May I hit you on a question about O-Verify, or is this in another section? I don't want to disturb.
We don't have any to be honest with you, the only specifics about O-Verify are actually on the website, and we really don't want to comment on those yet, if that's okay.
Perfect, of course.
Yeah, all you got to do
you.
is go to the back office or go to the ONPASSIVE.com, and O-Verify is spelled out there.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We aim to please here at RobLynn Live. Well, sometimes anyway. All right, let's see. Let's go to Fern now. Let's go to Canada. Fern
Hi,
LaHaye.
everybody. Yeah, I had a well-known brand of a cell phone, and then I switched to LG, which is Life's Good. And it depends on the model, because I had to take one of them back. And but the model that I have, I've had it for years, and I'm so happy with that phone. But with the company now, I'm going to upgrade to a iPhone, just because security features I find with Apple are outstanding. And I'll probably upgrade my iPad as well. When the Apples come in, I'll get new Apple devices. Do you like that
Apples
one?
for Apple. I got
Yeah. All right. That's it for me. Thank you.
All right, Fern. Thank you. Thank you. Looks like I got to go out and come in again. Look how the screen went. I didn't touch anything. Look how the screen.
Just go up to view at the top and put actual size.
Right, you are. Once again, Nakamoto to the rescue. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate the help. All right. Let's see. Okay. Gustavo and then Fern. And all right, let me go back here so I can see what in the world I am doing. All right, I got to open that up. I'm talking to myself. Are you going to have that when you get in your 70s, kids? I know you don't think so, but you are. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, let's go to Mel. Mel.
Sorry about that. It takes a little while, the mic sometimes. Nobody talks about the phone, waterproof phones. You can go in the water now with certain phones, like the iPro 15. I don't know for the Max. Aman, you can help me out.
Are you saying the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you can go in the water with it?
Yeah, it's waterproof.
Well, pardon me, may I break in for a second? For the Androids have had that, my Samsung Galaxy, even the last one I had, they can go, it's like 200 meters you can go in the water without any damage to your phone, or at least in the Android. So that's been a while.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Thank you. Yep.
Now, I've been known to drop a phone in the water, so maybe I need to upgrade, but I can't really afford it right now. The 15 Pro Max is close to 1,400 beans, so we're going to stick with the 14s for now, I believe.
All I know, I love my Android. It has screenwriting. You can actually write with your pen. I love the features.
Yeah, the pen fits in the bottom, right?
Yeah, in the bottom, and it's pretty.
Yeah.
I can just do my signature right on the screen. So I'm not changing. I'm not switching. iPhone did something to me that I disliked it.
That's why you really liking the Android.
Yeah.
You'll be back. You'll be back.
Not necessarily.
Okay, I'm good with that. To each his own. Gustavo, do you have something else, or the hand just got left up? Righty then. Okay. Checking to see if there's any other hands. Do we have anybody teaching sign tonight or no?
Patty is teaching tonight. Deb is busy. She can't come. And Cecil, too. He can't come tonight. So we have only Patty, one teacher tonight.
All right. Well, we could do Patty now if you like, and then take a few more comments so we don't have any dead air space here.
And then we can wrap it up after that.
Well, we'd like to have a song from John if we could. Let's go to John Barilla. He's got something for us, and then Carmela. Hold on. Hold on.
We'll hear from John always.
Okay, John, go ahead.
Okay. But my first cell phone, I didn't actually have one of the bricks, but several people that I knew had them. And of course, what you were talking about in their cars, and most of the time they didn't carry those around very often. A lot of the times they just left those in their car, and then they did have the big antennas in the back and all that. I remember that, and I didn't actually own one because I think that was early 70s or something, or I don't know exactly the year, but I didn't have a car back then. I had a motorcycle in the city here, so I didn't have anything. But my first cell phone, a little story about that. Well, actually, it wasn't the first one. I'm sorry. What did we say it was? The brand that was everybody had. Motorola, was it? I can't remember.
Motorola or Nokia.
Yeah, I had a Motorola, and then I had a Nokia as my second phone, and then at some point, Sony came out with a phone. I don't think they had them for very long. It was the only model that I ever purchased. And the reason I purchased it was as small as a cigarette pack. And I thought that was really great because I didn't want to be carrying stuff in my pocket that was large. It was really small. But the trouble was, this is also pre-smartphone where you really didn't have a screen because you couldn't watch anything on it. You couldn't do any of the things we can do with the smartphones yet. You really couldn't do much more than, I think they had email on it. You could read email and you could make a phone call. That was a Sony. But now the little thing about the cell phones, when, as you know, I'm an actor and I do something, it's involved with the film and television industry. Sometimes I actually have a line in a movie when I work it, but a lot of the times I will do something where I put in for work to stand in or do a little featured background. Now, there's a lot of folks, actors, as we look for the work every day. Here's what we used to have to do. Before cell phones existed, all we could do is find a payphone, especially if you're already working on a film and you're out in the street or you're away from your home, but you have to find a way to contact this is back when they had answering services as well, before cell phones put them out of business. But at any rate, so you had to, all day long, you wanted to beat the other actors to the next feature background or stand-in job by calling your answering service to see if you had any messages from the casting services to try and get your next day's work. And we literally would try to beat each other to the payphone. In other words, you would see a line of about 25 or 30 actors. Who got there first? Who's the last in line? And they're all making the same call to their answering service. This is all pre-cell phone. Now, what happened with cell phones when we finally had cell phones? Now you didn't have to worry about going to a payphone anymore. You could make your calls all day because everybody had their phone and they're going to call in. They don't even have to call an answering service anymore. You could call directly to find out from the casting places whether you could get work for the next day. And of course, as we all know, cell phones kind of put phone booths and phones out in the street out of business. At least in New York City here, we have no phones in the street anymore. I remember when we did, but they just removed one of the last outdoor phones recently because they hadn't been used for quite a while. Anyway, that's my little stories about the coming of cell phones and how we use them as an actor trying to get work.
All right, thanks, John. Are you going to be singing tonight after the signing?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. And I thought I saw another hand go up and then it went down. You guys will kill me. All right, let's go to Carmela.
He's been having a hard time.
Yeah, I think we'll go Carmela, and then we'll go to Armin.
Armin doesn't give up. He keeps coming back.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
I want to
Carmela.
say, can I speak now?
Yes.
Okay. I used to use the iPhone and Android. They are both good, but the iPhone is more expensive, and almost every app is you have to pay it. And the Android is less expensive, and it's easy for most of the common people. And the security in the iPhone is much better, and it give you peace of the mind. So if you need if you are having very important things in life, and we have all our life in our telephone. If you lose it, you lose it. You can lose your mind sometimes. You have your people names, the people address, everything we keep it in it. So it's very it go with you everywhere, and it's the best friend of everyone now.
All right.
And so I really appreciate this that invented, and it's very useful for all of us. So let's believe that in time everyone can have the best security in his mobile or iPhone, whatever he has, which is very important for us. That's it.
All right, that's it. Thank you very much, Carmela. Let's go to Loni. Loni, bring it.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back, Patricia Green. We're happy to have you back, and that you're feeling better. Now, for the iPhone, for the phones, I love iPhone. It is very expensive. I think it's too expensive, but I still love the iPhone. But I love the Galaxy because it takes the pictures are fantastic. When you take a picture with the Galaxy, it is different. The pictures on the iPhone, they're beautiful, but you can't compare it to the Galaxy. No matter how they have tried to improve it, it's not the same. So when we get there, I will still retain my my iPhone, but I'm going to buy a Galaxy just to take pictures. I know that's crazy, but that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, the Galaxy has been known to have very, very good camera.
Yes, it is.
Than iPhone. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, it is much, much better than
I
iPhone.
always thought iPhone has the best.
No,
Oh.
no, it doesn't. You should try the new Galaxy, and the when you take pictures with it, it is completely different.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, guys.
It's brighter and clearer, like ONPASSIVE, like OConnect.
Wow.
That's true, patient.
Very true. Very true.
The Galaxy is very good, the phone. All right, let's go to John Barillo. Go ahead, John. You have your hand up.
I was just going to say, actually, I'm a photographer as well, and I've bought my phones for a while, and I've been using Samsung Galaxies for a while. When I made a switch a while back, I would actually get a new one every year because they would change to the new model every year. But basically, the reason I did in the first place was because of the camera. Really, a phone's a phone, and you can do a lot of things with them. But if you're a photographer, you're looking for the features in a camera, and it is the Galaxy, and the present one is rated very highly for many of its features, and you can actually shoot manually. This is the way you do with a regular DSLR camera. But the thing is, the iPhone recently their latest model, it's very highly rated as well, and those pictures are they are just about equal now to the Galaxy phone, but that's an ongoing thing. They're always going to be trying to outdo each other with especially like a camera feature. But another one that's very highly rated and not really considered often is the Google Pixel phone. They have some really fun features and things that the other two that we mentioned, iPhone and Galaxy, don't have. But again, I'm sticking right now with the Galaxy because of the camera, because it is like having a regular camera where you can not only use the automatic features but the manual features. But they're all getting pretty good. You know what I'm saying is, at this point, all the phones in the different companies, they're all getting pretty much on the same level as far as how good the phone is, the features are, and even the camera. But like I say, at some point, that your phone can be a camera. You know, we just heard that. I'm going to I'll get an iPhone, but I may have a Galaxy for the camera. The whole thing is that is like just owning another camera. So there really is nothing wrong with having because it's a phone, but it just happens to be a phone shape. But it is a very good camera, and even the lenses now. You don't have to have those big lenses that you have on the regular cameras. I've just seen where there's something on the market. It's a very small lens, not a camera, but a lens that you attach to your cell phone lenses on your cell phone. It's very small, and it is as good as some of those huge, long, telescopic lenses that we put on our cameras. So someday, I think the shape of a camera will be irrelevant. You can make them all the shape of a phone, and the camera will be every bit as good as a camera that you go out and spend a couple thousand on a DSLR. Okay, that's it. Sorry. Bye-bye.
Thank you, John. Alrighty. Let me see if there's no one else at the moment, which there is not, that I can see. Let's go to Patty Andrea Cola for a bit of signing, if we may.
Okay, where's Patty? Patty, hi. Ready? Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I know I'm signing to her. Ready? Yes. Okay, she's ready. All right, let's bring in Sitaram. Sitaram's coming into the panel, and we're going to go change to the side view. So everyone keep muted so that we can proceed. And Pedro Estrada is coming in now. How nice. All righty. Let us go to the side view.
And Patty Andrea Cola. Go ahead, Patty.
Let me change the side view. Okay, everybody look for Patty. Look for Patty. Scroll up or down until you see her. Scroll up and down. She says, scroll to find me. Hello, everyone. Thumbs up to everyone. Everyone good? Are you ready? Are you ready?
We're ready. Go ahead, Patty.
Eat. E A T. E A T. Eat. The sign. This is the handshake, and move it back and forth in front of your mouth. It's eat.
Eat.
Eat. Eat. Delicious food. Eat. Egg. E G G. E G G. And the sign for egg is this. You're cracking the egg open, right? The next word is elf. E L F. E L F. And this is a sign because of the pointed ears. Pointed ears. So you're showing the ears of the elf. Fly. F L Y. F L Y. And it's showing a vehicle flying, like a plane. Yeah, plane flying. Flying. Fox. F O X. F O X. Fox. Letter F in front of your nose. Fox. Fox. Twist the F. Fun. F U N. F U N. And the hand shape is this. Touch your nose and then put your hand on your left hand. Fun. 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 Get. G E T. G E T. And the sign is this. Get. From an open hand to a closed fist. Get. 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 Gum. G U N. Oh, N. No. M.
M.
M. M. G U
M.
M. M. M. Oh, sorry. She said sorry. So sorry. G U M. I was spelling gun. I meant to sign gum. G. That's okay. G U M as in mother. Gum. Sorry. And the sign is this. Put the letter X, two fingers, look like the shape of an X, the letter X. Place it on your chin and on your cheek and go up and down as if you are chewing gum. See? Gum. Gym. G Y M. G, Y, M. And the sign is this. Hat. H, A, T. H, A, T. Hat. Tap your head.
Mad
Hat.
Hatter.
Hot. H, O, T. H, O, T. And the sign is this. Hot. The handshake here. Turn it away from your mouth. Hot. Hot. Something that's hot, you're turning it away because it's so hot, right? Hot. Hot. Hug. H, U, G. H, U, G. And the sign is this. Hug. Hugs to all, she says. All my family. Nice. Hugs. Hugs to all my family. Yay. So, it's clapping for you all. Okay. Ready? We'll take a picture. Which sign you want to
Back to the grid.
hug? She likes hug. Okay, I'm talking to her first so she can see. Hug. Okay, we'll take a picture now. Okay, we have Srijit coming in and Armin. Poor Armin, he's struggling to come back in and stay in. Okay, we go back to the grid view. All right. So Patty, it's hug. Hug. H-U-G. We're all gonna sign hug. Are you guys ready? Pedro, we only see the top of your head. Yeah, so that we can see you signing. Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then Henry, you're far away from the camera. If you want to come a little closer. Yeah. Now we can actually see you. All right, everyone ready? Greg, are you gonna do it? Hug? Like this? You can do it, Greg. Hug. Greg, hug. You can do it.
Okay.
All right, are you guys ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Now, sign hug. All right. Beautiful sign.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here up to this point. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was it on the hands for now. We can do one more round of hands in a moment, but we'd first like to introduce Mr. Barilla John, JJB, Tin Man with a song. Go ahead, John.
Maybe we could have a couple more people speak because I had to restart my computer and it's coming back, but it hasn't quite come all the way back yet.
Okay.
That's fine. Pedro, do you want to say a few words before John sings?
Sure. Yeah, thank you, Rob. Good evening, everyone. My experience with cell phones, I swore that I will never get one because at the office I had like 2 phones provided by the company, and that was enough ringing for me. And I said, I will never get a cell phone. And so the first device close to a phone that I had, I'm going to show it to you. I just dropped it here. Let me just reach for it. Yeah, here it is. Hold on. Okay, here it is. Maybe some of you can recognize it. Okay, let's see. It's an 881 AT&T, and it was a USB. It's a USB connector. There is a USB. This little device saved my day. We took a trip to Europe with my wife, and we went to Greece, several countries. But I remember Greece for some reason, maybe because the Olympics had just played there, and they had new everything, new roles, new this, new that. It was fun, and we learned how to dance the national dance that they do. It was good, but I needed to move files on my computer at the office, and that's why I got this little device, because I had asked the techie guy, how could I move files if I went away somewhere? So he told me to buy this, and I did. Pretty pricey, and with that I was able to move. It was some important information that I needed to get on the computer at night when nobody was there. I had asked I was a supervisor, somebody else. I asked him to leave my computer on all the time so I could tap into it and move the files and then log off. You're not going to believe it. I did everything from different countries. And to me, that was a high accomplishment because I didn't trust anybody moving these files. It was bank accounts that I didn't trust it. So I did. And so that was my first device that I really played seriously with it. I loved it. The bill, the phone bill was like $400 when I came back. And when I showed it to my CEO, he almost flipped. I said, "What did you do with this?" And I told him the story. So, I didn't trust anybody. So I says, "Okay, we're going to pay for it." So they pay for the bill. Anyway, then I got an LG, and I played with an LG for a while until I had thought that I would never get a phone. But once I saw everybody using phones, I decided, to try it. So I got an LG, and then I moved to, I had an Android first. And that was, I learned how to use Androids. I kind of liked it because the pull-down menus is a very challenging thing. It was at the time. But now they have become more efficient with those pull-down menus, easy to read, easy to understand. Before it was kind of hard. But when the Apple phones called my attention, because in my family, my daughter was using Apple phones, I said, "What's the difference?" And she said, "Well, the icons tells what to do. It's easy for you to use." So I moved to that. The icons were more telling. Every time you saw an icon, you understood what to do. So that was fun. And I got an Apple 7, Apple 5 first, then 7, an SG, which I lost. And I have Motorola now. I have 2 Motorolas that were given to me by, because I switched from AT&T to the other famous provider, second to them. So they work fine. They take great pictures, and they work fine. That's what I've been using for the last last year or so. So that's the story with phones. I know they're talking about Apple 15, and I would get my hands on one of those, but we're going to wait until the situation is the sky looks clearer, and we can do it. We all can do it at the same time, so it'll be fun. Well, thank you so much. That's all I wanted to say tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Pedro. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here as usual. All right, let me see. It looks like Patience has a word to say. Go ahead, Patience.
Hi, everyone. So with the smartphone and technology, we've come a long way. I come from Ghana, West Africa, and my prayer was someday we should be able to talk to our family members, seeing them face to face. That time the cell phones weren't here. But thank God we have these cell phones and its technology that you can call them, you see them, you talk to them as if they are closer to you, which is very wonderful. So we will thank those who are working hard to make all these things possible for us. Back home, we used to go to the telecom to queue before you can talk to somebody who has traveled outside. But now, you just stay home in the comfort of your own home and you talk to them, you see them, and we are all enjoying it. So that's all that I have to say.
Thank you, Patience. Appreciate that. I see Srijit just popped up on the screen from India. Would you like to have a few words there, Srijit? Go ahead if you do.
Nice to have you on the panel.
Thanks, Rob, for giving me the opportunity. I'm going to say something about mobile technology in today's mobile technology and its uses. Actually, mobile technology is a broad term encompassing all our daily electronic devices. It includes smartphones, tablets, and smart home devices, and many more. You ever wondered how your life would be different without cell phones apps? When you think about it, it is difficult to imagine living without it. It's like searching information online and get directions while traveling in different parts of the world. Mobile technology has enhanced our life actually, by increasing our access to information and entertainment 24 into 7 wherever we go. Remote work software allows people based out of different locations, either around the corner or access an ocean, to collaborate on projects in real time. This saves both time and money by eliminating the need for long distance communications between team members, offices, or homes. Mobile technology is a great way to boost your productivity. You can work from anywhere with it, which helps you to be more productive. And fast. And next, I say I first used first whenever I started using cell phone, it was a Motorola black and white phone, and it can do nothing except only phone calls. And since last 15 years, every time I changed my cell phone, I preferred Samsung Galaxy because it has a lot of good features at, at an economy price. Especially its camera is very good and clarity is very high, and it is ease of use. It is sturdy too. I have a trust on the Samsung Galaxy, and that's all that I wanted to say for today. Thank you.
Okay, Srijit, thank you for that. We appreciate you hopping on board. We know it's early there
Thank
in
you.
India, so thanks for waking up with Rob.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, John, are you somewhat ready? Armin, you had your hand up earlier. You got something for us? Go ahead. Armin Hogue.
Oh, I guess you could hear me. I got a weird thing happening here. Boy, I'll tell you, I think I'm in the twilight zone. I got my laptop, the TV on YouTube, and I got my 14 Pro Max. But on my laptop, I can't speak. The mic's there. That's all right. So that's why I got my cell phone, because I could speak on my cell phone. But I can't speak on the laptop. I got my camera on the laptop. I was having issues. Now I have issues with my cell phone, my 14 Pro Max, because I could speak on my Pro 14. You can hear me, but I have a red diagonal going through my video on my Pro 14 cell phone, and I cannot get it off. If it's
All right, we
not
can take a look
one
at
thing,
that
it's the
another
other.
time, but I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
There's
I don't
so
want you to
many
solve it
different
now.
glitches.
Yeah, I don't want you to solve it now. It's just we're all beta testing, so I just want to share that. It's all fun.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Armin. We appreciate that. Let's see if there's anybody else. And now I think we're going to John. John, are you ready?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. It's frozen up. It's just about loaded, but it's kind of stopped and it's sitting there for it might come back quick. I'm afraid to refresh it, but if I try, it may come back and it may not. So I'm stuck at the moment. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. We can forego that till another day, another night. That's not a
Yeah.
problem. Not a problem.
I know. I hate to not be, you know.
No, that's okay. We're at 2 hours anyway, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's go around the horn. Does anybody else, speaking of Horn, Henry Horn, did you want to throw something at us with regard to the phones? I think Henry might have.
Me on the spot here.
There he is.
Hey, yeah, I had a bag phone, and it just plugged into the cigarette lighter. It just made phone calls, and it was just for communicating with my office. But the interesting thing is that after I got the phone, I was the first one to get a cell phone. The rest of the people in my office got one right after that. And then it just took off, and I had multiple phones after that, Nokia, Motorola, all kinds of different phones. So I'm really happy with the Apple phone now. I've had Apple products for many years, and it's amazing when they sync together with the iPad. I'm on an iPad now, and I just love the technology. It's just amazing. I was a real estate appraiser. I started doing appraisals on a typewriter with correction tape and all, and now everything is digital. It's just amazing how the technology has improved. That's all I have to say.
All right, thanks, Henry. Appreciate that. I think we all had a bag phone at one time or another. All right. And that was just strictly audio. That's all you got with the bag phone. And if you didn't have a cigarette lighter, you didn't have a bag phone.
Yep.
It worked anyway. All right, let me take a peek around the room. All right, Mel, go ahead. Melanie Marcano, go ahead. Mel. Your hand is up.
Thank you, Rob. The good thing about having the old cell phones, well, to us, they are old, but in some of the countries around, like certain countries around the world, make use of them. Like the cell phones that I had whilst at work, one of my supervisors was going to Cuba, and she asked who had cell phones. So I was happy to give the ones that I didn't have. I possessed before. I had to give to her. And then she said there's a certain person back in Cuba that take them and he fixed them to the country style. And because you know how they don't want them to have certain things. And people were happy to get that little flip phone or the Qualcomm, whatever it was. So that's a good thing. I mean, it's nothing to do with the topic, but it's still cell phones. So
That's
sometimes
right.
you have cell phones and you think you want to get rid of them, but there's other people who need them. I just wanted to say that. So
All right.
we can recycle and send it somewhere.
That's right. There are certain countries where for example, parts of Africa and Papua New Guinea where they don't have cell phones. I have a couple of friends in South Africa, and it's like there's like no communication in or out of South Africa. I don't know why, but parts of Africa you just can't get a hold of anybody just yet. But I think that's all going to be changing with ONPASSIVE. So. That all being said, I think we've gone round the horn a couple of times, including Henry Horn. And let's if no one else has anything, I do want to remind everybody about OES India tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time or 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So that's a pretty good time for a lot of folks. Not so good for others, but if you can make it, I know we'd love to see you there.
So everybody knows it's Francis usually is the speaker, and he speaks in English, as you know, and then we have translation into Hindi usually. So if you don't know Hindi, that's okay. You should still come. You'll understand what's going on.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We hope everybody has a restful afternoon, morning, or evening. And I think we're going to try to. And we'll catch up to everybody mañana.
I think I'm coming back here. I have, if you give me just another second or minute or so, it's coming back. There we go. Hold on now. Let me just go back to the beginning. Oh boy, what I'm going through here. Get this going. Hold on a second. There we go. Let's just see what happens. I'm going for it. Here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun. All right.
What a great song. What a great
Hold it, please. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's all I say. It's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Now here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right. It's all right. Oh, made it all the way to the end before it hesitated there at the very last note. Good going. We finally got it.
All right, John. Thank you for that. Here comes the sun. All right. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. We did a couple hours here. I think it was somewhat informative. We did a little.
Done and deal. And
Okay. Let's go back to Dawn and DL. Go ahead.
Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for that song, John. That's off the Abbey Road album. That was a great album, by the way. Thanks, Ron and Lynn, for everything tonight. Did great.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate everybody being here. It was a lot of fun. I think we got a little value out of it. We saw a little bit of the vision of what has gone on in the past, present, and future of phones, cell phones, and other devices.
Yeah,
So,
the lyrics are in the chat, which is really nice. Thank you, Chris. And Fern says thank you to Patty for teaching signs. So that was nice. And we have, thank you, John B. Great song. That's from Fern. Charlie Ellis says, way to close out Big John. Shirley Dotson, thank you, Patricia, for signing. Thank you, Patty, for signing the song. Thank you. And then Charlie Ellis says, great job. Sharija says, fantastic song. Thanks, Brother John. And Mel says, beautiful, John. You came through at the end. And Shirley Dotson says, thank you, John Barilla. Henry Horn says, great performance again tonight, John B., the Tin Man Barilla. Thank you all.
all right, Tin Man, thank you very much. It looks like everybody loves the Beatles and the songs that they did. So let's close out a little bit here. Tomorrow we'll be on with another topic. We're going to continue with innovations for the next few nights. We like to, have a similar topic every night, talk about the different things that maybe some of us don't know anything about. And I enjoy doing the research, unless it's 3 a.m. And then I don't enjoy it that much. But most of the time it's during the day. And a lot of fun to learn because there's a lot of things I don't know. I think I'm smart sometimes, but sometimes I know I'm not as smart as I think I am. So hopefully everybody got a little value tonight. As I mentioned, we'll see everybody that can make it tomorrow. Please go to OES India, mañana, 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Asia Pacific. So from St. Petersburg, Florida.
We're going to do one picture, okay?
I knew we were going to do another picture. There was no doubt in my mind.
And those of you who are off camera and you want to be part of the picture, put on your camera. Armin.
Yeah, we're making memories here.
Yeah,
this is memories.
I know he's having trouble because he had to keep refreshing. So
and we can all give the love sign if you feel like it.
I love you sign would be great, like this, you guys. Onyeloni, if you want to come on camera, up to you. Sitaram. Greg Hill, if you'd like to come on camera. Saidul, I see Henry Horn is there. Oh, more people coming on camera. Great.
All right.
He's having trouble. I keep pinning him. That's how I know he's having trouble. So.
All right. Well, on the count of 3, we're going to do a snap, snap. 1 and a 2 and 3.
Now, say, I love you.
Love you.
Go.
Nice.
I think most people.
That was almost everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
And the photos will go where, honey?
And the photos will go to the messenger group, the RobLynn live chat messenger group. And they're saved there forever for posterity, to keepsake, as a keepsake.
That's for sure.
So we appreciate everybody coming tonight. It means a lot to both of us. And Ollie Boy, too. He's still snoozing. I don't know how he got away with it tonight, but so we'll see. Charlie, are those shoes off to your right? Is that a shoe rack?
Yeah, that's a shoe.
Yes, sir. 132. Actually, it is 2 racks. If you can see it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're not going to go into my shoe room because I have enough to where I have a few. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 racks of shoes and too many racks of hats. So
okay, since we're on the topic of shoes, and I saw Chris. Come on, Chris, come back to the camera, Chris. He was just here. I want to take a picture, and everybody's going to sign the word shoes. Okay, since the topic is shoes, this is the sign for shoes. Make fists, face them down, and click them together. That's the sign for shoes. So everybody's going to sign shoes like this, and we're going to take a picture. Hopefully, Chris Tiazan will come back to the camera.
I have to put my hands very high. Sorry. My hands have to go too high. This bar, this little glass bar is buying up everything for some reason.
Just sign it by your chin. That's fine.
Ready?
Okay. 3. 2 shoes. Sign shoes. Copy me. Okay. 2, 3, now.
Good picture.
All right.
Okay, well, once again, let me say thank you before we take another picture. Oh, my goodness. All right, so salute to all military veterans, salute to all military active duty, salute to all National Guardsmen and reservists, and salute to, of course, our special first responders around the globe. They do so much for us, and it's a thankless job. And you know it, it's coming. Here we go. Salute to every one of you for being here. Thank you,
Yep,
thank
thanks
you,
to everyone
thank
on
you.
YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and all of the other locations that we were.
We hovered around 114 tonight, and just we're winding up now at 98. Not
And
too shabby.
thanks to everybody that talked long enough at the end for my computer to come back, because I really wanted to sing. So thank you, folks, with those last comments.
All right, thank you very much.
Very sorry.
And everybody unmute if you feel like it, and say arrivederci or bon voyage. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you.
Great song, John. Appreciate you.
Great
Sayonara.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Rob.
Thank you, Patty.
Appreciate you very much.
Sayonara.
See you later.
So
Thank
grateful to
you.
all you. Good night.
Oh, now you come back, man.
Sure, Terry Ellis.
Hey, DL.
Appreciate you all.
Bye-bye.
Oh, come back now. You hear?
Hi,
Bye,
buddy.
Mel.
Hey, Lincoln.
Bye, everybody.
Good
night,
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Y'all come back now. You hear? Love y'all.
John Barking Tree Frog.
Ja, matane.
Bye.
Barking Tree Frogs, Batman.
Good night, Big Chris.
All right.
Bye,
Charlie.
Barking Tree Frogs, Bat Women.
Charlie.
Thanks for all being here. Love you all.
Bye.
Hey,
Bye.
Diana.
Jana. Good night,
Okay.
everybody.
See you, Marlon.
Bye. Good night.
Hey,
Good
Uncle
night,
Kay.
camera.
Hey.
Chris Teal's
Night,
home,
Lynn.
Tarzan.
Night,
Birthday
Bye.
song, Tarzan.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.